want to show you is I haven't made a whole lot of videos in a while, but I want to be making this video and showing you how to go about tuning your actual mags, and it's more than just adjusting your feed lips. And my main reason for making this video is recently I had joined a fan page on Facebook, and just helping some people out, and I was getting some really good guys that was actually admitting that they had a problem. And one of my buddies on the page that I became friends with was Joshua Jones, and average guy like me or you, that he had no problem admitting that he had an issue with his gun. Loves it, just like me. Loves the Hi-Point, but also he's not going to lie. Okay, so the reason why I'm going through all this is because if you're watching this video looking for help, you're going to endure all this me gabbing about it before I actually show you how to fix it, because I just recently got banned, so did he, from that page, because basically just calling people's bluff. And I don't know if they took it as if we were Hi-Point haters, which is by far what I'm getting at, or what we're trying to get at. It's just Hi-Point is not the best gun on the market. It is good. Buy a good gun for what you pay for it, but there is no way that that is better than this. Okay, this is my M&P 40C compact. That is my everyday workhorse, go-to, my 357 Chevy that I don't leave the house without it. It's not better than that. And for one, it actually weighs more than this, but this holds 10+1 of 40 Smith & Wesson. But this is, the Hi-Points are a good gun for the money. If you don't have a whole lot of money, well, don't not be a gun owner because you don't have a whole lot of money. Buy one of these. If you have a whole lot of money, well, not a whole lot of money, but if you have the money to buy Ruger, Smith & Wesson, even Glock, do so. But I am going to. But yeah, basically, there was guys on there, and they were saying the same old. They don't know what I'm talking about because they got X amount of rounds through their guns, no modifications, and I basically was like, prove it. Show me a video. I got mine. Show me yours, and nobody could. They were actually arguing with me. Buy the ammo for it, and I'll do it. Basically just they can't prove it. And why is it that you're the only one that's ever seen your gun shoot 1,000 rounds with no jams? Why is that? You tell me that you've done this and you've done that, but you have no proof to back it up. Well, and that's because I don't think that you have. And I keep trying to tell the guys, that I work at a gunsmith shop, and it is what it is. They're great guns. You got to tune them out. And I keep trying to tell them too that I've contacted Hi-Point. I've contacted MKS, and they know of the issue. They know their mags are sketchy. But basically what they told me is they're so busy they can't stop production to fix the problem. And I keep trying to tell the guys that, and they're like, well, I've never had a problem with my mag. And it's like, well, have you ever had a feeding issue? Yeah, I have, but it was with hollow points, or it was with this particular ammo, or it was this, or it was that. Guys, it's your mag. Mags they're sketchy, man. They turn a decent gun into a sometimes gun. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I'm going to go ahead and get into it here. I'm going to clear this out here for you. I know everybody are safety Nazis. And yeah, it was loaded. This one in here that I pulled out, it was loaded. One in the hole. Okay, guys, don't give me no shit about fucking being safe and all that. Alright? Guns are always loaded. Okay, period. Always keep your guns loaded, especially your carry gun. If you got it on your hip, you better have one in the hole. That's just the way I feel about that. There's no sense in carrying a fucking gun if you don't have one in the pipe ready to go. Okay, stop being a pussy. Do it. I've heard people arguing that you can rack the slide in time. You don't want to be in a situation where some shit's going down and you're thinking in your head, how am I going to rack one? Especially with some of these high points, because everybody knows that sometimes racking the slides are a little more difficult. You could rack the slide and jam it up. So, and I'm also going to be, my next video I'm going to be doing here when I tune it, after I tune this mag, is a quick, cheap, easy trigger drop on the high point. So, order 2 mags. I'm just going to do the 8-round mag first, just because it's the same tune you're going to do this. The only thing you're not going to see on film is I deburr the follower, going around the edges with a file or a Dremel and actually deburring the file, or the follower with a file. You're not going to see that because of time. Another thing you're not going to see is the finish on these are just, it's a blue, they blew them. It's not a paint. I've come to figure out it's not an actual paint. It's a blue or like an oxidation process, but it's not completely cured. That's why it's dull and dingy. So that's another part you're not going to see. I'm going to heat this up in the oven, heat it up about 350 for about a half hour. I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to douse it with oil, let it cool down with the oil on it. That's how you finish your bluing whenever you blue stuff. And I blue barrels at the shop. That's what we do. Okay, the final process is heating it up really hot, dousing it with oil, and that gives a real nice shine to it. And that's also going to make this mag more drop free. And it also will do the same thing to the inside, so that your rounds and your follow will actually move in a more smoother rate. So to get started, so there's going to be only 2 things you're not going to see. And then sometimes at the shop, what I'll actually do is I'll actually take a torch and heat it, and then just hit it with Remy oil. Okay. Remove the base plate. Remove the follower and spring. And here is your main issue. You see how that top right here, you see how that top coil right here, okay, that's going to be the number 1 thing. And honestly, I think you could probably just bend that, put it all back together, and you'd probably be golden. Okay, but with that being like the way that it is, it's more prone to the bullet going straight, hitting the ramp, which causes your notorious nose diving in the magazine or stoppage on the ramp. Okay, so all you need is something, a pocket knife, screwdriver, something to disassemble your base plate. Okay, and then I got different pliers here, so you're just going to need a couple sets of pliers. Needle nose pliers work great. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bend here on that top coil first. Okay, this is like it's a 3-step process. Okay, number 1, start with this. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a hold of it. I'm going to take my other set of pliers, give it a bend up. Okay, it's not a lot. I mean, but it's a bend up. Here, put it again. Yeah, my high point shirt. It's a bend up. Okay, and what that's going to do, that's going to put that at more of a upward angle, basically pointing straight at the barrel like it should be doing. Okay, and then after I do that, I'm going to work on this bottom here, which is going to make the spring actually longer. Okay, and this is like a 3-step process here on this. It's 3 different bends. Okay, so first bend. First bend, I'm going to bend that down. Second bend is going to be here. Actually, it's going to bend a little bit more. Okay, so there's going to be 2 bends in the bottom coil. One here, one here. Okay, a third bend is going to be here on this coil. Like so. Okay, actually probably go a little bit more. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so rephrase, 1 bend, 2 bend. Okay, that's going to give you an arch. 3 bend. That third bend is basically to level you back out. Okay, and then I'm pretty sure you could just do this. Okay, and possibly add this. What I'm going to be doing to the rest of these is basically adding life. Okay, so, spring tension, longevity of it. Okay, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through each of these coils in the middle, and I'm going to be giving those a bend. Okay, and all you do is take your 2 pliers and you'll be bending them up. And it's just ever so much. And you're not bending the hell out of it. Okay, and then I usually stop right on the last one. Okay, your spring's going to do this. Don't panic. Okay, because that's what it's doing, and what it's actually going to be making the spring longer. So then what you do is I bent this side, and it bent that way. Now I'm going to bend this side, and what it'll do is it'll actually straighten out, and that's how you know you're doing it correctly. Straightened out, and then I'll just kind of work it a little bit, kind of look, see if you might have one that's a little, maybe just a little bit too much. You straighten them out. It's not exactly even, so you can twist them a little bit, try to make it a little more even. Okay, and that's it. Okay, there's not much. I don't think there's a real science to it. I think basically just adding that, like I said, I'm sure you could just do this and get away with it. But all of my tunes that I've had good luck with, I've done the whole thing. So I'm kind of don't really want to just try this, but it might work, because I do know with the 380 that I got, I just did this tune to it. It works flawless. And then here, what I do with my feed lips. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is with the mag disassembled, I'm going to, because the tops of these curve in, as everybody knows. I'm going to get my pliers on it. and just basically try to straighten that curve out. Okay. And the second step is going to be once I get it in. And like I said, usually what I'll do is I deburr all this just to make sure this is a stamped and there's a lot of rough edges on it. So I will usually take a file in here, file this up, but I'm not going to do it because of time. And then also my curing of the finish, which is basically just heat treated oil, heated up, cool it. Okay. And when these are new, they're kind of stiff. Okay, my second step is going to be get my slim ones out. When I got the round in there like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in here and I'm just going to bend. And just so much. And here's how I test it. I'll pull the round out and make sure that the casing here is not getting snagged or hung up on the actual feed lips. So basically, kind of eliminating the feed lips, but at the same time, it's going to guide it. And then that's it, guys. That's a tuned mag, all except the deburring process and the curing of the finish process. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing the trigger job here next on that. So, like always, man, I appreciate the guys out there that don't lie, and you know, because there's no need for it. And then also, High Point's never going to fix these issues to where they can be right out of the box if everybody keeps lying. I mean, and why? I mean, I didn't build this gun. You didn't build this gun. So why do we need to defend it? I mean, it is a good gun. Everybody knows it's a good gun. The gun itself is basically indestructible. But it's your mag. It's the heart of the gun. It's the soul of the gun. If it don't work, the gun's not going to work. I mean, you could take the best firearm in the world. In my opinion, I'm going to say the Beretta 92 FS. Awesome gun, dude. Awesome. Excellent gun. I mean, it's served its time in the military. You know, it's a rugged gun that just I've personally never seen fail. But you take and you get a crappy mag that's just not tuned right, or let's say you go buy a Pro Mag, you put it in that gun, dude, it's not going to be worth anything. So thanks for watching. One tip on your feed lips. Reason why I straighten them out before I put the spring back in is because if you don't and you try to adjust it just completely out, sometimes you can go so far to where it'll actually rub the mag well and prevent it from dropping. So thanks for watching. Like always, subscribe, please share the video, try to spread the word. If you got somebody you know, fix their gun for them, dude. You know, because the more of us that get together and do this, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd like to see them. I'd like to see more really good High Points out there at the range, and open people's mind a little bit. Maybe they might not go buy one, but at least you might be able to get somebody to say, it's ugly, heavy, but it worked. I mean, you know, that's about all we can really do. So, I'm going to tune my 10 rounder off film, do the heat treat on this while I let my phone charge up, and then I'm going to do my trigger job. And like I said, I want to give a shout out to my boy Joshua Jones on Facebook. Me and him actually both got banned. Basically, just because I mean, we're not going to lie about it, and we were like calling people out. I mean, we weren't really trying to argue. We was just trying to have an educated disagreement, um, and they took it as if I think they took it as if we were haters or something. I don't know, man. But like always, thanks.